In the top right corner, as the blue Terran, it's Kelazhur. And in the bottom left, as the red Zerg, it's Erik. Two titans of South America going head-to-head in ZVT. And we have a pull first on Eternal Empire! What? Erik, you crazy. You crazy, Erik. Oh my god. Apparently not wanting to take it to a macro game against Kelazhur. Now, unlike our previous series, this is going to be a best of 5. These guys are looking to split that $90 plus match arena money. And we'll see who comes out with the lion's share of the prize pool. Bum ba dum bum bum bum. 6 lings for Erik. And okay, so these are just 6 lings to hopefully get a delay on the command center. No further committal than that. The SCV does see these guys going out, so the Reaper should be pulled to intercept here. No, Kelazhur didn't notice. Or did he? No, he didn't. The Lings will get by, and they will connect with this SCV. Okay, Erik's going for the 4 defensive Lings as well. Ling speed almost finished up for him. This CC actually taking significant amounts of damage. SCVs are pulled to try and get the finish, but it's so far away from completion. There's Ling speed, so the Reaper can't help. Hellions aren't going to be able to help if the Lings break through anymore. Okay, Kelazhur should hold on to the wall in his main. There's a starport from the blue Terran. Natural restarted as well. Oh! 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 Luckily, Erik didn't have an overboarded position to see that. So, Kelazhur will get away with the building lot. That was a Chad move. That was a huge, huge move to swap that factory onto the reactor. With like 8 Lings outside your base. Okay, so Erik gonna continue droning up. He is taking a pretty big economic lead over Kelazhur. And he needs to decide what he wants to do. Okay, it's going to be a lair. Now he can go either 2-base Meta, or he can go Nidus. Okay, the medevac gets picked off. And these units are kind of stranded. However, they still can dish out a lot of damage before they go down. Alright, down goes the Spine Crawler. Here come 2 more Hellions. I don't know. This wasn't worth it from Kelazhur. Erik defending quite nicely with the Ling Queen, and Kelazhur is in a heck of a lot of trouble. He's going to start up a third CC in the wall. Banshee is going to hit the map soon, and the fusion core is almost finished, so this is going to be a battle cruiser play here from the Blue Terran. Erik's already going to have a Spire, though, like long before any battlecruisers hit the field. And he's got to know that the Banshees are coming. Here come the Muta, and with 7 more about to pop, this is actually more than enough Muta to just dummy a battlecruiser. Kelazhur isn't even going to bother anymore. He's going into triple Viking production instead. I think this is a far superior move. He will have missile turrets in the Nat and in the main, and he's going into Thor production, but Erik has just had control this entire game. He's maneuvering Kelazhur into exactly the position he wants him to maneuver into. Viking leashes the Muta into the missile turret, but it will go down. There's not enough Muta here to break through. Oh no. Erik's actually bleeding out way too many Muta. I was like 4 Muta going down. In the meantime, Liberator sneaks out 9 Jerd kills. Muta still trying to poke in, but the Thor is keeping them at bay. They do soften up the Hellions quite a bit, but they need to regen some health. In the meantime, Erik cleans up back at home. Should be able to go back to mining if his drones will listen to him. Could it be that I misclicked? No, it is my drone's fault for not mining. Oh. Erik takes out another Viking, but trades another 2 Mutalisk in exchange. Okay, so Kelazhur is actually up in workers and is totally stabilized. What looked like total domination from Erik is now in jeopardy. These Mutas haven't done as much damage as he hopes. If anything, they've traded like even when you take into account how many Mutas have gone down. They do have +1 now, so they're going to be able to dish out a little bit more DPS, but... Oh no, the Thor! Okay. Parting shot from the Thor takes down another Mutalisk. Bile takes out a tank, but this isn't the greatest trade in the world for Erik. This is a significant amount of his army supply. He is harassing with the mutas while these guys engage at the front. Oh, they're gonna magic box a Thor. Feels good. They take down another Viking as well. 2 Vikings even. 3! Oh! Chad, Erik, Mutalisks. Against Virgin Kelazhur Vikings. But Kelazhur is still hanging on. Oh no, the medevac! Not with the Thor inside! Okay, the Thor drops it off. It will repel the mutas. Erik still heavily down in economy behind this. There's too many tanks. This is a concave of tanks. Erik had more reinforcements rallied forward, but I don't think he wants to engage with this paltry army. And in the meantime, Kelazhur establishes a planetary at his 4th location. I don't know what Erik's gonna do about this. Kelazhur is totally secure. He's up in every conceivable metric, and... well, I guess... okay, no, he has 1-1. Vikings are gonna see the positioning on the roaches. These Hellions will get... okay, they... I guess you can't call that an interception. They get scouted, but... oh, these tanks are a little bit exposed, actually. 2 Cyclones go down. 3! The missile turret not going to finish either. Oh no, there's no repair in the missile turret. These tanks are all vulnerable. This is a huge pickoff for Erik. 5 tanks going down, 3 Cyclones, a missile turret, just all kinds of damage. But Erik is being harassed by these Hellions. Oh no, that blue flame in the back actually doing most of the work. Hey, 20% of the people do 80% of the work, right? This is devastating damage from the Mutalisk of Erik, and once again, it looks like the Zerg is back in this game. He still has an uphill battle, but this is so much army supply evaporated for Kelazhur. He is going to try and regen some HP before swooping back into the planetary mineral line. And here come the roaches. This army supply has been so softened up, there's no siege tanks to support the Thors, and the SCVs can't get in on for the repair. The Thors get picked off one at a time, and now the roaches are going to kite the SCVs backwards. Kelazhur was able to get more tanks out. Oh no, Erik overextended. But wait, here come the Mutalisks in the back again, and there's nothing to defend the tanks now because all the Thors went down. A beautiful kind of like leapfrog way of playing here from Erik, taking out the ground, the anti-air with the ground forces, and then taking out the ground forces with the air. I think the word I wanted to use there was combined arms, not leapfrog. Oh my god. Free. Here comes another wave of roaches, and now Erik is in on the economy of Kelazhur. 18 SCVs go down. Is Kelazhur just gonna... Okay, it doesn't get lit on fire. If Erik pulls back and makes Ravagers, he can totally engage into this planetary. This is a masterclass on how to engage Terran if you're behind as a Zerg player. This is just Erik picking apart the Terran. This has been such a back and forth game over the last 15 minutes. Both players have seemed dominant at different points, but Erik backs off, makes the Ravagers, and he can just bile this planetary right away. Devastating damage from the Zerg. Kelazhur trying to respond to this. Erik going to delay the ground army with the roaches. The tanks aren't sieged up yet. That bought enough time for the Mutalisks to disengage. I feel like Erik could have gone into the main and gotten even more damage done, but Fog of War is a meanie head. Okay, there's the mutas in the main. There's no SCVs for repairs on the missile turrets or the Vikings. Erik actually just letting a lot of the mutas die as the Ravagers take out another planetary. GG! And Erik takes game number 1 of the best in the top left corner of Nightshade as the blue Terran. It's Kelazhur. And in the bottom right, as the red Zerg, it's Erik. Kelazhur falling off at the natural. There's the first Reaper. There's the second Reaper. So this is a non-proxied 2-Rax Reaper attack from Kelazhur. Erik's pool is just about to finish. And it's going to be a game of equilibrium. So Who is going to overwhelm first? Is Erik going to get out enough lings without taking, you know, too much damage and overwhelm the Reapers? Or is Kelazhur going to pick off enough lings that he can overwhelm with the Reapers? Kelazhur is taking a second CC behind this, so not all in by any means. However, he is continuing to pump out Reapers. Right now, he's taking an early lead, killing off 3 of the first 4 lings. Oh, no! Okay, he is able to save the Reaper, so he is definitely ahead, starting out in the engagement. Ooh, 1 Reaper gets picked off here. A second one gonna go down as well! But the Queen going down for the Zerg. However, I think those 2 Reapers going down is enough for Erik to swing Equilibrium in his favor, and he snuck out a 3rd while this is going on. Third CC on the way for Kelazhur. Erik has speed though, and he has quite a few lings. Oh man, that was almost really bad. Kelazhur had the barracks lifted. Drops it in time though. One Reaper gets picked off, a second goes down as well, but these guys are expendable at this point in time. Kelazhur needs to get up a more solid defense. Or attack force, you know, they're kind of interchangeable at this point.
Meow.
Susa FMC, thank you so much for the follow. Ooh, welcome, welcome. I hear Brazil is a very beautiful country. Hola. Oh wait, no. Brazilians speak Portuguese, right? Free. Listen, I'm an ignorant American, sorry. But thank you for the follow nonetheless. Lair almost finished for Erik. Kelazhur starting up stim, +1. Attack. And armor. Baneling Nest almost finished here for the Zerg. Stim is almost halfway done for the Terran. Erik is definitely ahead here, but we saw last game how back and forth these two can be. I wouldn't count Kelazhur out just yet. These guys are so evenly matched. Kelazhur I don't know. Okay, Erik doesn't have enough to overrun this, but he could if he wanted to. 9 metas on the way here for the Zerg. Kelazhur is poking out without his tanks. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, no. The mutas close in on the full medevacs. Down they go. Banshee goes down as well. Kelazhur is a little bit scared. He's going for a Marine tank push, and this is definitely a little bit of a frightening push from Kelazhur. There's just so much creep out in front. Stim is forced. There's only one medevac here, and it's going to get picked off by the mutas. No, the mutas are just going to straight up engage the Marines while the Lynx take out the tanks. There aren't enough Marines to deal with the Mutalisk. Kelazhur forced to pull his SCV line as these Banelings threaten. Oh no! Okay, alright, so Kelazhur took a left turn, a little bit of missed micro. He could have killed all the SCVs, but he kept the Marines repositioning, and that allowed the Mutalisk time to deal damage, so maybe not a mistake at all here from the Zerg. Erik about to take down a whole command center with these mutas. No, he's not. Nice reposition on the Thor from Kelazhur. And while Kelazhur took huge military damage, he didn't take too much economic damage during that engagement. He is going to send an SCV to repair that CC a little bit. GG. Erik goes up 2-0. In the bottom right corner of Simulacrum, as the blue Terran, it's Kelazhur. And in the top left, as the red Zerg, it's Erik. So, Erik currently up 2-0 in the best of 5. He's taken Kelazhur to match point. Game 1 seemed very, very, very even, very back and forth. But Game 2 seemed like Kelazhur was slipping just a little bit. Kelazhur once again walling off at the natural, and that most certainly means he's going to Rax Reaper once again. Erik is going to continue droning. Pool is about to complete, and these first 2 Reapers are about to hit the field. Stage is set. The pieces are in motion. We already talked in the previous game about how this is going to go back and forth between the Lings and the Reapers. Erik is going to take a third, which could go very well or very poorly. Erik still hasn't caught wind of this. Kelazhur. Oh my god, he got 3 of the Lings with the first Reaper! Erik still takes the third. Here comes the second Reaper, and now he's got to be like, uh-oh. 8 Lings on the production tab. These Queens can hold on for a while. The 2 Reapers did take a beating. Remember, there's more reinforcements coming across the map. Here they are. Kelazhur leaps into the main. Kelazhur with 6 more Lings on the way. He needs to buy time. He can't engage with the forces he has. He needs Ling speed to finish. Kelazhur not committing to any more Reapers behind this. So this is going to be it for the aggression. Ling speed has finished. Erik has held on. And Erik got up a third. The Ling Flood going to poke in at this wall. It should not be able to break through. Okay, Erik pulls back. Kelazhur is going to get surrounded here, though. Is he, though? Kind of. Alright, 2 Reapers go down. But this is beautiful kiting here from the Terran. And he's going to trade out pretty efficiently. The endless war. 2 Zerglings versus the SCV. But wait, the SCV has a friend. Erik going into lair behind this, almost certainly for Mutalisk. And Kelazhur transitioning into bioplay as he gets out a Banshee. All of this is totally scouted, though, by the Zerg. Kelazhur probably going to do some kind of 2 base pressure. Here's that 2 base pressure we were talking about. I mean, Kelazhur has landed his 3rd, but basically this is just a double medevac push to clean up some creep. Like you would normally see. Had Kelazhur not opened 2 racks, he gets a cancel on the 4th as well, which is a nice bonus. The Queen's on the low ground, intercept the medevacs. They should be able to take them out in time, yeah, especially with the Mutalisk. And that's going to allow the Lings to engage on the ground. There's more than enough to clean up here. Oh, Erik bleeds off immediately, though. Banelings going to clean up the rest of the Marines, and we have a game on our hands. Kelazhur fully established on 3 base. Erik is going to get up this 4th. There's pretty much no canceling this from Kelazhur. Erik would have to pull way out of position. Drilling Claws on the way for Kelazhur, going to signal some Widowmine play. Definitely a little bit of a dust up here from the Terran compared to previous builds that we've seen. Biotank pushing on to creep. Erik's actually bled out a lot of units at this point. He's gonna lose his 5th as well. He needs to is he though? Yeah, Kelazhur has another contingent of units ready to pounce. Kelazhur's heavily up in army supply. Erik, with so many mutas in the air, eating up so much supply, he can't engage the ground army. There's just too many Marines. Those are good Baneling connections to start out, but the problem is Kelazhur just has too much. So Erik's going to evacuate and take this lower left corner base. He is going to be able to shred an entire CC as well as all these Marines. Ling's going to help pressure as well. A second CC gets killed off. Okay. Are we going to have a full-on base race on our hands? Oh! Erik leashes a Widowmine shot into the SCVs. It's going to soften them up quite a bit and leash 2 medevacs back. A third CC gets killed off, as Erik has taken down only 1 hatchery. I think he's being way too overly cautious. He knows where the Zerg army is, but he's not pushing it into the natural. And now Erik has all the time in the world to set up a surround on Kelazhur. Kelazhur also supply blocked, so he's not going to be able to replace these units too efficiently if he begins to lose them. Erik is just going for a containment strategy, though, bleeding off the Terran reinforcements, trying to starve out the main army. Did lose quite a few Banelings in his attempt to do so, though. It's a 2-base Terran versus a 4-base Zerg. I think these Thors might be overextending. Alright, they will pick up into the medevacs and lead a hasty retreat back into the tank line. Kelazhur still has a bank behind this. I mean, his economy is crippled, but he can afford to replace units at least for a little while. And he still has the superior military force by, like, a lot. The Overlords! Oh no! Erik just lost like 12 Overlords for no reason. This is over. Kelazhur is gonna take the game. GG. Kelazhur puts his first point on the board in the bottom left. As the blue Terran, it's Kelazhur. And in the top right, as the 14 pulling Zerg, it's Erik. Erik still on match point. Oh my god. Okay. Da 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 da. Can Kelazhur win 3 games in a row, get the reverse sweep, and take the series? Okay, he's not gonna 2-Rax Reaper this time. It is just gonna be a Reaper expand. Now, this is, of course, a Zerg-favored map. Alright, so Erik, it turns out, just going a defensive pool first. Expecting, you know, another 2-Rax Reaper. Kelazhur keeping his Reaper at home, so it kind of worked as a deterrent. Is this gonna be another Bio Banshee play? I don't know what the keck is about. This is, I mean, we've seen Kelazhur get a fusion core in like 3 out of... No, it's been all 4 games, I think. No. 3 out of 4. But we have yet to see a battle cruiser. There is yet to be a single battle cruiser in this entire match out of 3 fusion cores. Will this be the game? Will Kelazhur make the dream happen? There isn't much to defend here for the Terran. There's a lot of Hellions, but the battlecruiser is almost finished up. Look, Erik shouldn't be able to break through in time. We're finally gonna see a battlecruiser. Yeah, we are gonna see a battlecruiser. Erik has broken through. He's going to demolish this ground army for a little while. The Ravagers bully away the Hellions. Erik's broken into the main. Now, Kelazhur hasn't taken too much SCV damage yet. It's still a salvageable situation. Biles connect with the Hellions. But this is also buying Erik a lot of time to get out more drones back home. He's gonna flood Lings out onto the map, keep up the aggression. Erik finally dropping spores back home. Erik didn't send in the Lings for some reason. I don't know what he's waiting for. There's nothing to defend here. Okay, he's gonna go in now. Blink across the map on the battlecruiser of Kelazhur. Lings get a wraparound on 2 of the Hellions. SCVs will shield for the remaining 2. Mayhem and destruction all over the Terran base. CC's lit on fire. But at the same time, BC up to 18 kills. Gonna bully the Queens away, but it's taken too much damage. It can't sustain this for much longer, and it's forced to back out. I like how they kind of like dance around where they burrow. Neat. Okay, Kelazhur is poking in with the BC and the main, a Banshee there to help it out as well. Yamato on the second Queen is going to leave the main totally exposed. Kelazhur also attempts to poke into the third, but is repelled. Here comes the second BC. I don't know that Erik's equipped to deal with this. The Spire just started up. Oh, a third BC. Battle cruisers just clicking around and getting massive amounts of kills from the Zerg. Everything is dying. Queens, overlords, drones, roaches, Lings. Behind this, the Terran getting out Blue Flame, getting out +1, Cyclone upgrades, so this is going to be a full-on battle mech transition. The third CC is started up as well, or 4th CC, excuse me. Erik struggling to survive on 3 base. Okay, Kelazhur is getting a lot of creep cleaned up here. He tried to take out the fourth, he's not going to get it. But a second maneuver in like that will almost certainly kill this fourth base. BC's closing in on the main once again. There are corruptors here to intercept. Bile rained down from the heavens, but Kelazhur blinked back in time. Yeah, there's the second poke in from Kelazhur, taking out the fourth. This army of Erik is looking mighty tiny. Oh my god, the Muta doing terrible damage to this battle mech. They're trying to target down the Cyclones, which is the only anti-air. This is a huge move from Erik. He was slowly building these up in the background. Battlecruisers come in to try and help. There aren't enough of them. Actually, this Muta Corruptor can totally take down the BCs. That's the final Cyclone. It's just the battlecruisers left to defend against this. The missile turrets have been taken out as well. One battlecruiser falls, a second one goes down. Widowmine's Burrow stopping the Muta from overrunning the production, but the supply depots are all down, so now the Roach Ravager is going to engage on the ground while the Muta Corruptor engages at the Terran 4th. They're going to pick off the turrets first. No, they aren't. Okay. The Roach Ravager has pushed back the ground forces. The 3rd CC is heavily wounded. There is enough repair on the ground, though, for it to survive for now. Kelazhur doing his best to hold, but bleeding out unit after unit after unit. 15 SCVs going down as well. This is masterful play on both sides. It could go in either direction, but I think the Zerg has the advantage here. 9 more Mutas coming out behind this, and especially with +2 about to finish in the next 25 seconds or so. The ground forces get cleaned up for Erik, but it's not going to matter too much. I think he's done too much damage. Kelazhur is going to hold, but at great cost. Erik, once again using these combined arm tactics to pick apart the Terran where he is weakest. Okay, well, you're strong in the air, I'll move in the ground units. Okay, you're strong on the ground, I'll move in the Mutalisk. And Kelazhur didn't spend time repairing this army. I don't know about this push. Okay, he gets 3 roaches, 4 roaches. That's a great start to the engagement. Muta, enter the Terran main, begin picking off add-ons. The Corruptor count is pretty depleted here, though. Erik gonna crash into the planetary. Vials are going to be instrumental here. Trying to zone out and connect with the SCVs. Erik does not get the kill on the planetary. Kelazhur is able to deny, and with the Cyclone lock-ons, he is going to be able to demolish most of the ground army of the Zerg. The economies are still neck and neck. However, I do favor the Terran being on 4 base over Erik, who is also on 4 base. 2 of these are mined out for both players. Well, mostly. Kelazhur definitely muled out his main pretty heavily. But Erik will be mining out soon on those remaining mineral patches. And he needs a 5th base. He needs a 6th base, because I don't think Kelazhur is going down like anytime soon. I could be wrong, but while Kelazhur has taken a beating, it wasn't enough to kill. Oh no! Okay, that Widow Mine shot could have been a lot worse for Erik, but oh, I like this. Kelazhur forcing the Muta in the direction he wants them to go. And a lot of them will go down. Kelazhur needs to reposition to defend the planetary, though. "25 SCVs go down to the bile," and Erik's like, yeah, I'll take that trade. Oh, the Muta's doing even more damage in the background. But Kelazhur runs in some Hellbats into the 4th, and the BC hitting the main of the Zerg. This is a heck of a lot of Cyclones. Most of the Hellions are gone from this composition, but those Cyclones are really what you need against this Roach Ravager. Erik needs to go into Lings with attack speed or something, and he's still on Lair Tech 20 minutes into this game. The SCV is not being pulled to repair the battlecruiser or the missile turret. Now the Muta can't engage this many Cyclone, but again, Erik attacking where the Terran is weak. He's going to zone out the Cyclones with the Biles, but I feel like he almost should have just biled the Orbital, because there's too many Cyclones. Like, he can't burn all the lock-ons. They're just constantly refreshing. There's too many. Oh, Widow Mines pick off a lot of the Muta for Erik as he wasn't paying attention. GG is called! Erik evens up the score 2-2, and we're going to head into the ace map. As the blue Terran, it's Kelazhur. And as the red Zerg, it's Erik. We're here in the ace match. About $30 US are on the line. First place takes about 55%. Second place only takes about 27% of the prize pool. Make sure you put in that code !Matcherino to add even more dirty esports e-gaming credits to the prize pool for these two players. Does, of course, pay out a little bit more to the third place match as well, which I will announce the results of after this game. But yeah, it's going to go 3-2 either way. I think both players have every opportunity to win this, but I do favor Terran on this map between two such evenly matched players. That could shift things a little bit in Kelazhur's favor. Erik, though, is going for 6 lings, 8 lings even, with his pool first gasless opener to try and get a delay on the Terran Natural. And all signs are looking like he is going to get a delay, if not an outright kill on the CC. Okay, 2 lings. Pick off the SCV, 4 lings. Think about intercepting the Reaper. Okay, 2 more lings come up to reinforce, and he will get the cancel on the CC! Now that said, like, the rest of these Zerglings are forfeit. This Reaper is going to enact holy vengeance upon them. For the Emperor! Die, Xeno scum! Kelazhur sends the Reaper across to try and get some drone kills. Erik gonna be trying to catch up in workers. And I am intrigued to see how these two pivot out of this. Kelazhur, of course, needs to take a natural at some point, so he is going for that second CC. Okay, there's a third as well. Hellion production has begun. Erik, let me put it this way, I would not be shocked if Erik went into Mutalisk this game. It would not surprise me. That was a really close call for the Reaper of Kelazhur. Despite how... Okay, alright, that's a huge increase in the numbers of drones that have died to fire in this game. Oh no. Oh, not like this after such a good series. 17 drones get picked off! Oof! So Kelazhur has a massive lead. He has 10 workers plus mules over his opponent. And his production is about to ramp up exponentially over Erik here. He saw the lair. The lair is almost finished, but any kind of Mutalisk, any kind of utilization of this lair is really far away for Erik. It's going to be another bio play from Kelazhur. One on the way for the Terran. Erik going into Spire play. He has caught in up in workers, but he's only sitting on 2 base. And Kelazhur's just been on a bigger economy for longer. So we'll see how this plays out. He's going to be able to make about 7 Muta. Kelazhur has 1 Viking on the map. He's going for a bio-mine play. Boom! Hey, how you doing, e-girl? That was a massive pick-off from Erik. Huge defense. These slow zones allowing the mutas to get an extra volley off on the retreating units of the Terran before the mutas themselves enter the slow zones. Beautiful target firing with the mutas from Erik. He will be forced away by the Marines, but a respectable 5 SCVs picked off. Kelazhur has plenty of time to pre-split. Oh no. Okay, a lot of the Banelings connect. Not the greatest connections, but not bad also. Oh. Mutas go through the slow zone. Marines trickling in to respond to this, but they were a bit misrallied, I think? No. Okay. Erik finds another 5 SCVs and damage, picks off another medevac, and takes out a couple more Marines. More Muta coming out. Oof. Kelazhur attempts a counterattack, but it gets picked off by the Lings. Erik once again showing us how to get back into a game if you're behind as Zerg. This is really remarkable considering how far behind an economy he was. And, you know, game number 1, which he also, well, don't know if he's going to take the victory yet, but he took the victory in game number 1 after being knocked down to like 20 drones against a 3-base Terran. Will he pull off something similar here? That was a great Widowmine connection. Some of these Muta will get picked. Oh, well, Kelazhur missed microed. Erik, a little bit deficient in the ground army, is morphing in a bunch of banelings. Kelazhur does see this, but he's not going to stim in to get the cancel. Erik does bleed off some drones. He's trying to pick off the reinforcements. He will be successful. This is quite a lot of Marines going down to the Muta, actually. But Kelazhur just has such a dominant army supply number here. Erik's going on the counterattack. I don't know how I feel about this. There's still a Widow Mine burrowed! Okay, alright, it went down to banelings. Oh no, Erik just can't defend this. There's not enough. It would require epic Baneling connections, and those were great Baneling connections, but they weren't quite epic. In the meantime, Erik picks off an entire CC with his Mutalisk. However, Kelazhur has defended. GG! As Kelazhur reverse sweeps, taking 3 games in a row over Erik, and is going to be your OSC Masters Tournament Grand Champion.